The illusion of knowing. What is the illusion of knowing? Well, it's thinking that you know something when in reality you don't know it. If you are like most students, then you probably know what a bicycle is and how it works, don't you? Well, some research scientists conducted an experiment among undergraduate students at a university in Europe and in the States. They asked the students to draw a bicycle. Unsurprisingly, many of those intelligent students were very familiar with bicycles, just like you are familiar with bicycles in Guyana and in the Caribbean. In fact, many of the undergraduate students use the bicycle to go to university, just like how Guyanese use bicycles to move around in the city. However, when they were asked to draw figures of a bicycle, very few were capable of doing that. Can you draw a bicycle? Many had the chain in the wrong position, the gears out of place, the pedals in a different location, and so on. Now, a bicycle is something that you are very familiar with, just like the undergraduate students, but they could not explain how it works. Scientists call that the illusion of knowing. If you have a bicycle or you ride a bicycle or know someone who rides a bicycle and you can't explain how it works or you can't draw it, then you're suffering from the illusion of knowing. You think you know how a bicycle works, but you don't really know. So, what does riding a bicycle or knowing how a bicycle works have to do with studying any subject at CSEC level? Well, it's to caution you against suffering from the illusion of knowing. Unless you can explain a concept, a process, or a system in full detail, you don't really understand it. That's the point of this video. Unless you can explain a concept in full, you really don't understand it. So, for example, if you can draw a bicycle like this one here, or like that, then you and name the different parts, then you really understand what a bicycle is. So too, if you have a math problem and you can really explain how the problem is solved, then you know that you know how to solve the problem. But if you can't, well, you're suffering from the illusion of knowing. Many students highlight parts of a problem, they repeat parts and so on and think to know the problem. And come exam time, they are unable to solve the problem. So remember that you don't want to suffer from the illusion of knowing.